Yeah, obviously a really good day for our offense, and uh, pretty much played everybody that I had available. Webb was going to start, but he started feeling a little under the weather, so we took him out and didn't play him. And then Gregory's still recovering from the hamstring issue, so obviously I didn't want to use him. Hopefully he'll be ready for the weekend, but I still don't know on that. So used every position player we had. And some guys got some experience, played guys out of position. It didn't work out in a couple of situations, but all in all, it was good to see our guys pitch and hit, play the game, have some fun. So that's all I got.
Tom?
Yeah. Hey, Dave, I did want to check on the status of Caden Monk. Was that precautionary, or did he do something on that play at first?
No, he didn't do anything. He was only going to throw two hitters.
Oh.
He throw two hitters. We wanted him to face two hitters just to kind of get him on the mound. Little instead of a bullpen in the middle of the week, so he'll be ready for Friday. He's fine, and wanted to get Wiggins out there and let him throw a cutter, a few pitches instead of the fastball. And you saw the readings down there in the low 90s. That's cutter. The other pitch was a fastball. Just let him come out in the middle of an inning, because we really haven't brought him out in the middle of an inning too much. He started some innings, and that was planned before the game even started, just to get those guys on the mound a little bit. They're both fine.
The wind was blowing out. Was it to all fields, but did you have a feeling that today could be a day that was ripe for getting balls up there and out of here?
Yeah, we played on days that are a lot more jumpy than this, honestly. The wind was kind of blowing a little bit across from foul pole to foul pole, from left to right. And, we knew anything you probably hit to right good was going to go, but I don't think we really hit, I would say Smith's ball. He backspun that ball and just got it up in the air, and it kind of blew out of the park. The other balls were hit pretty good. The one Goodhart led the game off with it left the bat at 110 miles an hour, and it probably landed over the building completely in the air. The ball was absolutely hammered. So we hit some balls extremely hard. Charlie hit two balls hard to the full side of left field. And I don't know, we just did a good job, because, we had to adjust to the pitching a little bit, and it took us yesterday, and we got it going today pretty good.
And my last question was that Goodhart's not the classic leadoff guy, I guess. What made you want to put him there?
Well, the interesting thing is, to answer your first question, the reason I put him there is because Webb was going to lead off, but he got sick. So we didn't want to play him. He's a little nauseated, and allergies been bothering him. And we just said, hey, you're not going to play. Try to get ready for the weekend, get healthy. And we got him some medicine and stuff. But Goodhart's a guy that we kicked it around. He hit lead off in some summer league teams. He hit 1 and 2 hole at San Jack for his freshman year. And we thought about hitting him lead off because he's got such a good eye at the plate, sometimes too good. So he was really my next option there. I've even thought about, hitting him lead off a couple weeks ago at Mississippi State, and I ended up going with Webb. But when Robert was struggling, so he's got experience leading off. I think he kind of likes it, obviously.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Nate?
Yeah, as far as A&M this weekend, just kind of how's your pitching rotation set up, and just what do you know about them?
Yeah, the pitching rotation will stay the same as it was last weekend. And what we know about them is they have outstanding pitching. They have really good arms. This is a team, A&M. They're like all the teams in our league. You kind of got to throw the records out in league play, because it's really weekend to weekend, and they're a top 25 team to start the season in most polls. And they're 3-9, but they could easily be 9-3. So we just have to play good. If you play good, you give yourself a chance to win. They've got some good hitters as well. So they've got a first baseman that got a ton of power, big left-handed hitter. So we've been working on their stuff all week, as far as the scouting, putting our reports together, and we'll finalize everything tonight and tomorrow.
Kind of unfathomably number one in the country, but you have some concerns about the starting pitching. Do you feel confident about them getting it together this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we need them to. I mean, I have to be confident in them. They've got us where we are right now. And, I think if you look all over the country this time of year, a lot of times you'll have some teams that some guys are getting beat around a little bit. Either they're just having a bad outing, they're a little tired. Our starters haven't given us much innings, so they should have, some stamina. They should have some innings ready to go, built up, and be able to give us more than say a guy that every weekend he gives you 7 or 8 innings. Expect that guy to be a little bit tired. Our guys have only been giving us 4, 5, 3. We're hoping they're going to give us a lot more this weekend, and we don't have to use our bullpen so much.
Thanks.
Hutch.
Dave, Wolgemuth was pretty wild, but do you think him staying in there and getting that strikeout to get out of that jam, maybe could help his confidence moving forward?
I'm sure it'll help him moving forward. I mean, I don't think that hurt him. It was good for him to get out of that jam, and gave up a hit and a couple walks or whatever, and threw a couple balls over the catcher's head, more than a couple, and for him to come back and strike at that hitter, I'm sure that helped him a lot.
And then also, you mentioned it earlier, playing guys out of position, and you had a pitcher pinch run and hit and everything. What's that like for you? I know I'm sure the guys on the team, really enjoy it, but what's your feeling when you've got all that going on in a game like today?
Well, I mean, I'm the one who wrote the lineup up and had Nesbitt at short, and Smith at second, and they both played third base. I wanted to give middle infield a rest. I felt like we were going to really swing the bats well today. I just, it was what I was planning on doing. We needed to rest some guys, and Robert needed a day off, Battles needed a day off, and let them watch and get ready for Friday and the whole weekend. And but Goodart hadn't played a lot of first, and he kicked a couple. He's sitting over here next to me right now, but he's a good player over there, but they haven't played over there that much. And, so I kind of expected things wouldn't go great. But really, I ended up with a catcher in right field, and he's pretty good during batting practice running balls down, but he got one in the game and it didn't happen. And so it's kind of a laugh. We're all giving him a hard time, and it was fun. I wouldn't put some of those guys in there unless we had a pretty good lead, but I wanted to get Franklin out of the game. I need to get Slavens out of the game. I'm not trying to run the score up, and I'm trying to take care of those guys. I don't want them to get hurt either. And because this kind of game, somebody gets hurt, and you're like, what am I doing with them in there? It's okay to start them, but when you 15-run lead or whatever, and in 3 innings, you got to get them out. And so it's fun. It's fun for the players. We enjoy it as coaches too, because there's a lot of tight times in there when things aren't going great, and it's fun to enjoy that, like playing these freshmen all over the field and letting them swing the bat. Example, running Heston Toll, letting Ethan Bates play left field one night, right field the next, and just getting guys out there. They work hard. They deserve to play some.
Randy.
Dave, is Charlie Welsh, is he making a case for getting in the lineup somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, for him to get in the lineup, it's probably got to be at DH. And, he's every time we put him in, he seems to get a hit or two and home run. And, but yeah, I mean, he's a definite option. That's for sure. Charlie hits left-handed pitching really good. But we got some good players that have a lot of experience, and, but his time's coming. He's getting more at bats, and I started him a game last weekend at Ole Miss, and he had a solid game against Nikhazy. So it's just his position's catcher. He's working a little bit at first base, but I'm not ready to put him over there. It's going to be coming off the bench, getting a big hit, driving in a big run, or maybe getting a spot start here and there, at least at this time.
And talk about the start today by Ramage.
Well, he did a nice job getting us off to a good start again. The key to this game, especially in the middle of the week, as far as just getting you off to a good start, you've got to throw strikes. And that's what Cole did. That's what Bowling did yesterday. And, we were thinking about going with Ramage 3 innings today out of max, but obviously we had a good lead. He'd already thrown 40 pitches plus. And we thought, hey, 2 innings is good. Let's just go a bunch of other guys an inning. Again, we were planning on throwing Monk a couple of hitters and Wiggins a couple of hitters. So that was kind of already scripted out a little bit, but just to get ready for the weekend. But other than that, you know, it was one here, one there. But Ramage got us off to a good start, and obviously the offense got us off to an even better start.
Matt.
Hey, on Sunday when you were in Oxford, you said you were thinking back to, have I ever been part of a game like this? Did this feel at all like that Grambling State game when your guys hit 9 home runs during the regional?
Yeah, that game, the wind was out of the west at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, blowing straight out or left field. And I mean, I knew that we had 8 or 9 home runs that game, but that game it took a while. I remember thinking back on that. We didn't hit them right away. It didn't seem like it. We hit them late. That game got out of control. Plus, that was a 9-inning game. We only played 6.5 in this one. But yeah, no, it didn't remind me of that game, to be honest with you. That was a regional. This is just midweek between SEC series.
Right, I understand. I think on the radio, Phil said that before the series, there wasn't going to be a run roll. Was this agreed to before the game, or was it during a mid-game decision?
Well, I don't know where Phil got that. We were just, you know, we talked about it Tuesday before the game, or game management did, just said, is there a run rule on these 2 games? And all the coaches have to agree on it. I said, that's fine with me. I never talked to their coach about it. And I guess he said he agreed that was fine with him as well. So that's kind of how that went down.
Then I think all of your everyday starters or your most day starters got at least 1 game off or most of 1 game off. How much do you think that helps you going into the A&M series?
Well, I think it helps, especially with certain guys. You know, some positions are more demanding than others. Some guys just need to have a day off so they can sit and watch, slow the game down a little bit, or if they're struggling a little bit at the plate. But, you know, I was going to not start Christian today, but then Webb got sick, and, you know, felt like Christian, he wants to play every day. He tells me, Coach, I want to play every game. And, you know, so after he got 3 at-bats, obviously I pulled him. But other than that, yeah, most everybody got a day off. I think it's going to help them. I think it's good to take a day off here and there when you're, you know, especially the middle of the season. You know, the big part of the season's coming up, and we need some guys to be fresh down the stretch.
All right. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Okay.